I would like to invite Maria to introduce our expert for today, Eleonora. Welcome, Maria. Please, you can start our meetup with a conversation.
Hello, everyone. As you can see on the slide, there is something a little bit written about Eleonora. However, we want to use the next 15 minutes just for you to gather kind of a sense of what kind of person will be talking to you today, what point of view she's coming from, and what kind of knowledge and experiences she's about to share. So first of all, I really want to thank you, Eleonora, for participating in our online meetup. It really means a lot to us that we will be able to benefit from this knowledge and experience you have been growing during the last 15 years or so. Considering the very strange times we live in, and the strangest of times was part of the reason why these meetups even started in the first place, I really want to kick off our conversation just by checking in. So how are you? How is your community dealing with this entirely strange situation? Is everything okay?
Yes, hello. Thank you very much for having me here today. I think that this period is really strange to all of us. There are no rules, how to behave, and no one knows what will happen next. So me and my friends and my business partners and the rest of the community, we actually reviewing today's habits, reviewing business logics, pricing logics. This is an extremely good period of time to be brave or braver in trying new things, So this is what I also wish you a lot, not to copy paste, but just try out, test and try out, yeah. And participate more, and participate more in the global activities. Like lots of things are happening, like hackathons, innovation sprints. So be part of it, and you will learn quite a lot. Yeah.
Thank you. This is a very inspirational start. So really nice. So, let us now focus a bit more on you. Could you share something a little bit about yourself, just so that we could, like I said, get a sense of what is the person we are now speaking to and listening to? So are you a cat or a dog person? Do you like coffee or tea? What are these some small but yet crucial things that make life interesting and important?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Very good question. So we discussed before a little bit. So I like both cats and dogs, but most likely I'm more like a cat, just because I'm very curious. I'm eager to know and learn new things. I participate in so many conferences, webinars, reading lots of books, meeting lots of people. I like new beginnings. Someone also said that it's good to start things. So I also like new things. And then I'm very adventurous and like to travel alone sometimes. So it's like very catty. Of course, like coffee with different twists, butter or different milk inside. Or I like sports. I've tried different kind of, from golf to martial arts to ballroom dancing. So it's kind of, I really like to enjoy life. So this is in short.
Well, thank you. For me, at least, this kind of, you managed to give me the feeling like I've gotten to know you a bit now, and it's only been like 2 minutes. So thank you. Now to come a bit closer to the subject. How did you end up in pricing? What drew you to this particular topic?
It's very difficult to tell in 2 sentences, yes, but I dedicated lots of years for marketing, communication, and business development. And it was kind of a feeling, that marketing is a lot about customer behavior, psychology, communication, purchasing decisions, and business development is more about the numbers, statistics, business cases, that kind of thing. And then I was like sitting and thinking, what would be the topic that actually would connect everything into one piece that I enjoy? And somehow, suddenly, I appeared in one behavioral pricing workshop, and that was the moment, and I understood this is it, so this is what I should do in the future. And of course, the beginning was I was not that brave in the very beginning, to start with the pricing, so I was giving lots of tips that I've heard from different sources for my friends who were running business. And then they said, Eleonora, but it really works. Why not to start your own business? So that was kind of a kick to me. And today I'm here.
And how come you decided to focus on startups and small businesses in your business? How come this is the focus of your work?
So two things I should say. So first of all, I'm a result-oriented person, and small businesses are more agile, and they have ability to test and implement things faster. And the second thing, so there are plenty of fantastic pricing consultancy, big companies that deal with large businesses. And for smaller businesses, this is the segment niche. There were not that many companies. So that's why I was like, I was willing to be beneficial, and this is where I am today. So let's see where I will end up in 10 years. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, and in the spirit of the inspirational tone set we're kind of achieving here, my next question goes to what would you say was your biggest success up until now in your work since you started your own company?
I will not choose one, most likely, because I do different things. So first I do B2B workshops, then I run projects, then I do some conferences as a speaker, yes, and a variety of services. And maybe what I really enjoyed till today, so it was the e-commerce conference some couple of years ago, where I presented the topic how to manage discounts, and it received the best presentation award, that I'm still very much happy. And actually, it gave a feeling how you should deal with your customers and what to highlight, because I'm the kind of person that I'm listening to lots of information. Yes, and reading a lot of books, and then trying to take the most important things and to show in such a way that it would be understandable to everyone, not to be so sophisticated that you understand that it is important, but you have no clue what to do with this information. Yeah. And then I'm really kind of happy as mentoring at different hackathons, and one innovation sprint just finished. It was Women for Global Challenges, and there were 40 teams, and I was mentoring a couple of them, and these teams won first and fifth places. So this is, yahoo, the feeling. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does sound amazing. I'm just wondering now, since you have this huge experience about this knowledge about how to set a price, and you said that you were participating in some workshops, then got interested in the topic, then kind of dug a bit deeper and everything else, and then you started your own company, so you needed to implement all of this knowledge into practical experience. Was that hard to apply all the things you know in your work? And what would you say was the biggest challenge in doing that? Because sometimes it's really a lot easier to know something theoretically than to actually apply it in practice.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone is willing to give an advice, but you should give advice based on your experience. It is the most wanted. But of course, I'm not even able to implement all the tips and tricks just because of my business is kind of like specific one, let's see. So, but I also had lots of fears, and especially I think it was related with the focus groups with my customers about willingness to pay, because no one wants to get into your face straightforwardly that no, I would not pay for your kind of like consultation just because I don't see the value, or something like that. So you need to be brave and just to listen, because this is very, very good information for you, and not to be afraid of. And another thing, and maybe it would be as a tip already, that sometimes we are really afraid of losing deals or afraid of losing customers. And sometimes we are going into the lower price ranges because we think or assume that customers will not pay this huge amount of money. But this huge amount of money sometimes for different people is totally different. And sometimes we're asking a little bit smaller amount, and we feel sorry for the price. So it is better to scrap on a high price than on a smaller one, because you can always, low down it, but to increase it is extremely difficult. So, and you need to be prepared with the communication, benefits communication, and then kind of this problem will go away. Mm-hmm. So is it, in short, like 2 topics?
Yeah, and this is the perfect introduction to your presentation. I guess I'm just wondering now if you have anything else you would like to share before we take a deep dive into the topic.
Maybe a little bit about what's coming and what you will hear today. So as we have different audience with different experience, those who are starting the business only today and those who maybe experienced, I was trying to find some slides or some tips that all of you would benefit. And these slides and information is based on lots of pricing conferences and webinars from pricing gurus, the best of the world. So I will have some even links that you can Google or read more if you really would like to. So if you have any questions, even on the particular slide, so please ask as well. So why not to make it interactive discussion?
Thank you so much. I will now let you to your presentation, and good luck. Hope everybody enjoys and learns a lot.
Let's hope. Okay, I will try to share. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Good, so let's start. If I will run out of time, please let me know and I will stop. So today I will giving you some pricing tips that you should know or increase your knowledge. And the first and the most important tip is about value communication. Thank you for those who filled in the form and asked some questions, what kind of answers you would like to get. And this value communication was one of the most important and often asked questions, how to convince customer, for example. So let's dig into the detail. So the first thing that people, they don't want your product. They really want to have the problem solved, or they want to have a better version of themselves. So with your communication, with your product, you should help people to do that. So how to do that? So the biggest problem is that in case you will not communicate value, you will have big gap with your pricing logic. The biggest problem is that we are communicating features, but not benefits. So what does it mean? Feature is what something is, and benefit what something does. Like feature is like 20 gigabytes, and benefit gives unlimited storage. Because customer, when you have 20 gigabytes and ask me to pay 10 euros, I have no clue what does it mean. Is it 10,000 books, ebooks that I could store? Is it all my life photos? I need to understand. You should help me to convert into the benefit. As well, what I saw, and I will show you in a couple of slides, your websites, some small print screens, what I found with some suggestions what to review. I see high quality. What does it mean, high quality, for example, in the value communication? It's totally different for the legal firm, for example. If it could be high quality that we have lots of PhD guys, in our company, and that's why it is high quality, or we win 59% of cases. So now as a customer, I should understand what I get. And let's take a glance at one example. Let's imagine that you are selling conditioners to bigger companies or even for apartments. And you are listening, usually how it is done, that you are trying to explain the features, how fast it is, how fast it cools, how smart it is, how quiet it is. But actually, it's nothing about the value, and customer has no clue why he should pay, for example, 2,000 euros for this conditioner. So what you need to do, you need to convert features into the benefits that I was talking about. So now you can say that if you will buy this conditioner for 2,000 euros, your employees will be more productive and healthy just because it is so quiet, so they can concentrate better, that they will make less mistakes. And the stable temperature, yes, because this is smart, it detects the temperature, it is increasing or decreasing, the outcome will be less sick leaves, yes, of your employees. But it's not the end. And the benefit should also be converted and quantified into the real value. So what you need to do, you need to take this productive and healthy parts and to find some numbers behind. You need to, for example, as it is, it will help to make less mistakes. You need to find the number by how much mistakes and then to quantify into the euros, for example. Just because it's by 10% and one mistake costs X amount of money, you can count how many savings this particular company will make. And this is the real value. And then if you see that kind of amount of savings, you understand that 2,000 euros is really kind of a small amount of money. Yeah. So one of the examples, the Mind Valley, all of you know, most likely this online learning platform. So they're saying 5 times better completion rates. So in case you have today 10% completion rate of online trainings of your employees, you understand that at the very end, if you will buy their services, you will have 50% of completion of the customers, yes, that completed these courses. Another of my customers, just an example, she has Migle, she has virtual assistant platform. And before she was communicating that with virtual assistant, you can save time, money, and headache. So in general, it's kind of very common sentence and gives you no feeling about the value. And after our discussion, she changed the communication style and put more numbers. She took some statistics, official statistics of McKinsey, how many percent of your workday people are spending for answering emails, reading the stuff, and it's around 2 hours a day and more hours a month. And then she converted and said, if your hourly rate is 100 euros, you will save about 2,000 per month. So why not, to pay 500 or 1,000 euros? So now you know what you will get. And for you as a customer, it's much easier to agree with the price. So let's take a glance at your websites, what I was highlighting. For example, if you say all in one place, you will get something all in one place. You should give some understanding. What does it mean? This is that I will save the time switching from one tool to another tool, or is it my time, or is it that I will pay less for lots of tools because everything is in one place? Please give some numbers to the customer that he could understand what is the real value. And if we talk about more visitors, our tool or the program will help you to increase. So what is the number? Because then you should give a feeling with us, you will increase more visitors by 10% or whatever the percent is, at least you assume, or you have kind of by different segments, different historical numbers behind. So give it to the customer. Same what I also liked about the surgery with our product, no surgery risks and long rehabilitation period. So it's very, very good thing to calculate. What does it mean if surgery risk will happen? How many money customer might lose, or how much it would cost, for example, yeah? So this is exactly what you can do, and it would help you immediately. Any questions maybe for now?
Yeah, so maybe just one question. Since one of the slices you have is from our website, especially this all in one place. What if, so we still don't have the numbers. So do we go with the gut feeling, or how do we, so we don't want to present things in a way that are not truthful per se. So how would we go about, validating our perceived value?
So usually it is, if you are building your value communication or your benefit on all in one place, you should know the numbers behind, because otherwise how you can comment it to your customer, why it is okay to have it one place. Sometimes you should Google and to find some statistics. Sometimes you can create the statistics from your customer base. If you have, for example, 100 or even 10 of them, just ask what kind of benefits they've got. Maybe this one all in one place helped them to save, to increase, to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so nothing to do about it, either official statistics or your customers. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Welcome. The second topic is people think, or companies think, that the more features they add, the higher willingness to pay from the customer side will be. So let's see. So the first thing is, don't make it too big when you are creating the product. And very generic problem is that you have lots of features or benefits listed, and sometimes kind of 5 or 6 plans listed. So the optimal thing is to have up to 9 benefits and up to 4 products. 3 or 4 products is the best choice for you. What's happening that customers are really kind of getting too much information. They can't make a decision. It is overwhelming, and they can't concentrate on the main benefits. So they are postponing the purchasing decision that is actually what you don't want to have. So as an example, I looked at the Zoom pricing. So you see how many features one of the plan has. So it's kind of, you need to read, you need to understand, you need to get more information. But what I really like about and how you can structure the information, if you have lots of things to say, you can use this plus sign, and then you can list inside some kind of extra information if you need, like for example, optional add-on plans. So you are pressing on the button and getting something more. So this is how you can structure. Even you can put some numbers behind about the list of participants, number of participants, and even prices. So this is the way how you can play. Another thing that sometimes we think, oh, I'm asking 10 euros for one plan or for the product. So, but somehow I think that customers are really not buying because something is missing inside. Let's add one extra feature, and then customers will start to buy. And what happens actually, customers are not willing to buy, and you are downgrading the offer when it was previously with 3 features. What's the biggest thing that customers are not evaluating number of features? We are looking at the usage perspective. If I see that this customization for me it's not needed, I have a feeling that I'm paying for this customization inside the plan. So that's why I don't want to pay 10 euros. I feel that I should pay 8 euros or something like that. So this is the way how you should think, and that's why you need to talk to your customers and to choose the most important features, but not to add some kind of medium features. And I will show you soon how to do it. So main principle is to separate must-have features that customers are willing to pay for. Willing to pay, this is the key word. And just eliminate nice-to-have features. You know, sometimes, it is very nice that I have it, so it's better to have it, than not to have it. But if customer will pay for this feature, no. So that's why to have it and why to give your own resource. So how to combine these offers? Just very structural information. So first of all, you need to have a list of the features or combination of things or what you would like to add into your products. And then you need to ask your customers and to get priority of the features that customers would like to pay for. Yeah. And then you will get this prioritization, what you can do. So this is the rule. It might kind of change based on different industries, but still more or less that for you to understand. If there is a feature or features that more than 80% of customers want. So you can put it into the basic package, yeah, because lots of customers really want it. And you have some features that are in between of 40 and 80% of customers want. For example, if you creating shoes and you have waterproof or 5 years warranty, you can differentiate the next offers or products based on these features and to get more price. So for example, here you have another package plus basic plus waterproof, and you have one price, basic plus 5 years warranty, another package. Why? Because you still have a lot of customers who are willing to pay for certain features. So this is very good to differentiate offers and to get more money. And you have the features that not that many customers want. It's very good to put this a la carte menu. It is called or add-on. Yeah, so you can ask for extra things if you want them, because some of the customers really willing to pay, some of them not. So in order not to downgrade the offer, as I just talked before, you can put as a separate add-on. And you have like a small amount of features or like small amount of people who are willing to pay. Then it's better not to waste time. Of course, you can put them into a la carte menu as well, but sometimes it's just not worth to develop these things because it's a very, very small amount of people. So this is the way how you can move on. Usual question, how to do this research. So if you don't have your own testing experience, so you can use MaxDiff methodology. Lots of standard survey platforms providing this feature. So you can just ask customers to rate most preferred and least preferred option that you would get the best value out of it, and then you will get the scores, and then you will know what exactly after several kind of sessions customers will choose. If you want more information, you can Google. There are plenty of different sites where you can read about it, or you can go into priceintelligently.com site, and later on maybe I will show you this. These guys are doing a very, very good job in explaining. So next, maybe you have any questions for now at the moment. If not, we can talk later on. Please mark down.
Yeah, just keep going, and you can keep questions for the end.
Mm-hmm. So price before product, another one. The worst thing is that when usually people start building products, they're thinking about the features, they're developing different versions, and then at the very end, I need to set a price. This is a very wrong way to go, because price should come before the product. So that's why you should have these researches in order to understand what features to include into the product and to get the idea how much customer is willing to pay. Because I saw some questions, how I have high costs, so how to ask a higher price. So in case customer will be not willing to pay you such high costs, so you will not be able to sell the product, so you will go into minus. So maybe better to change the product or not to run the business at all. So how to set the prices? So I would suggest to go 2 ways. This is my own experience. Maybe other consultants will tell you a bit differently, but the easiest way, if you have no time or you don't want to make this research, is exactly what I told you before: extract and frame value. You should count, look at statistics, look at the numbers that you will save or you will increase efficiency, and just frame, like, our new product will reduce your cost by X%, on average X amount, so this is the price that you're asking. Yes, sometimes it's very good just to cut 50%. So you're getting 50% of the savings for yourself and 50% for customers. So, but this is negotiation, but for you to understand, so you can start from. And another way how you can do it is the most suggested way is willingness to pay, to really understand how much customer will pay you, and exactly you will know what kind of profit you will get, where is the best price point where you will get the best customers. So sometimes it's okay to have high price and to have smaller amount of customers. So it is okay. You don't need to have the whole market, and just to feel bad about it. So one of the example how Spotify did, it's not my example. I will show you where I got it from. So that Spotify is having monthly free, for basic thing, and then Spotify Premium. So it is about 10 euros a month. And this Spotify Premium as well, we have 4 plans inside, individual, for 2 people, then for family, about 15 euros, and student package. So what they did this willingness to pay research. This is as well very common thing. You can Google it, or you can go into priceintelligently.com and read about a lot, and you'll get a much fast experience into this topic. So what they got, they did this research about more than 70,000 customers, and then they see that for this general plan, customers are willing to pay between $5 and $15. Yes, this is kind of like general price that actually it is more or less the same that they're asking today. But what is the insight? That seems like there are more people, who are willing to pay higher price. So this is an option for them to think, maybe to create another segment or another product and to approach these people. And then they were asking feature by feature what is the price sensitivity and how much they are willing to pay for certain things. For example, ad-free listening, people were saying they would like to pay around $8. Yes, play any track. You can ask for different features. And what was interesting, that up to 5 users, people were saying they were willing to pay around $19. And it appeared that they have already family package for $15. So it means that customers are willing to pay more than they even asking today. So this is exactly at least plus $3 per month. And if you have lots of customers, so sometimes it's millions. So that's why willingness to pay is extremely important, and no one can answer you unless you will not make research. And then review price more than 1x a year. Don't be afraid to change the prices. Lots of tests, even big companies are doing on smaller customer groups, changing something, or kind of at least once a quarter they're reviewing or giving some discounts or adding some different plans. So don't be afraid, and this is a must actually. And I see that time is running up, so let's stick to the last one for now. So you should differentiate the price. Never ever have one product or one product price, because this is the price resistance. Customers tend to compare prices. They want to make to have more choices, and actually for you is that if you have one price, you're leaving money on the table, because as you saw from Spotify version, willingness to pay, you can take more for certain features or for certain products from customers who are willing to pay more. So that's why it is better to have these 3 to 4 versions in order to expand the revenues, and for customers it's easier to buy. So how you can differentiate? So you can differentiate by different formats. If you have one product, for example, you can have not a hardcover book, but ebook, audio book, or whatever the book. You can, in the COVID time, I will show you another example. You can create less expensive product. I will come to this. You can differentiate by services. If you have one product, for example, time of delivery as well could be, time of support, as you see, could be. And then you can give it in a differentiated way and get another price. Or you can differentiate by pricing logic. If you asked the price as one time, you can go into the recurring pricing model. Or if you have lots of competitors at the same price and you feel that you can't get much more, then you can change price metric in general. Go to value price or to create a new one. I see that I will not have time for it, but maybe next time. So for COVID times, if you see that customers are really not buying or they have this price resistance, so you can create You don't need to avoid, you have to avoid price cuts. Don't lower the price, but better create less expensive alternative. You need to protect your prices. You can't lower it down. As you remember, it will be very, very difficult for you to come back to this level. So this is one of the suggestions. And the last one, it's discounts related to that. Never, ever give unconditional and predictable discounts. If you're giving discount, you should get something in exchange for the value you give. Either it's annual payment or it's increased size of order. Maybe it is the customer is buying something else from you. So you should create something and get something back. So maybe I'm stopping now because I have more slides and I can talk for 2 hours more.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I do have some questions. I would also like to encourage everybody else to ask questions if you have. So before you guys figure it out, maybe I can just follow up on the last few points you had about differentiation and discounts. So in my experience, and very often I hear that people are kind of having troubles with setting the initial price, and then there is often a discussion, so should we put the price high and then give discounts if we see that people don't buy, or should we put it somehow low, attract more people, and then increase the price as we add new value? You showed both perspectives. How to resonate, how to actually decide on that one?
It's very difficult to answer in one sentence, of course. For me, it is more about if you really have the value of your product, and you know, and you can tell to the customer. So it's not about discount. Yes. Sometimes if you need just to sell more just because of, you have lots of stocks, or you just would like to hint customer to test and try something today, you should have a real reason why you would like to give a discount. You should have a list of reasons, and then you should understand why and what you would like to achieve. Yes. So if you would like to introduce new product, or maybe you would like new customers to give a try for something, and you're giving free trial, for example, yes, for them to understand how many good features you have, and then just to switch to another plan. So we need to understand, not just to do, I have others are doing, now I need to do discount as well. So no way to go. And by the way, different discount is giving totally different outcome. So if you will know what you want to achieve, then it will be much easier for you to choose the right discount logic.
And when you say that if you're giving discounts, you want something back, is that something back like submit, like apply for a newsletter and then we can give you a 5 or 10% discount, or what are the options? Do you have any examples or ideas? What can you ask?
So the last slide was about that, that you can ask to buy certain product, you can ask to buy now in 1 hour, you can ask to increase the wallet, you can ask, lots of different things, annual payment. So usually what you see, this annual payment is about that, if you will pay now, for a year. So this is just about the creativity.
Referrals, maybe.
Because usually when I'm going to a department store, I never ask, give me a discount. But I usually say, what should I do to get a discount? It's a bit different, yeah?
And what do they answer?
Actually, they're kind of, some of the sellers like, I don't know, I will ask. But some of them are saying, if you will buy insurance, I can make you discount this. It will be more beneficial for you, So different schemes.
Right. I usually try with this cash or card or stuff like that. So do you have other questions? You all feel free to ask or type in the chat as more comfortable.
Maybe one question, if I may. What about a money back guarantee? Does that work? Like, do you have any numbers on how much the people use it, or does it do more people convert if you offer to a money back guarantee within 1 month or something?
It's a psychological thing. So I don't have the numbers at the moment, but it's a psychological thing that people, I guess not that, I've heard somewhere, but not that many people ask to get them back, because this is the way that you bought. Now you feel this ownership, and even if you don't like something, you don't want to give it back because you somehow, start to like it a little bit. So this loss aversion here, it's a topic, but it helps. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, cool, thanks.
Mm-hmm. So if you will not have questions, I can, proceed for extra 10 minutes with the topic, no problem. I have value metric. Maybe it would be very beneficial for you guys. I saw some websites. Up to you. Is it so clear, or it's not clear at all, but you have no questions, or everything you know? Yes, it would be good to see more. So I can continue if it's okay for you.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. Wait a second. So I will tell a little bit about the subscription trend. So it is the new way how the businesses are trying to survive and adjust themselves. If you have a product, this is not the way to go. Products, people don't want ownerships anymore, so that's why you should try to give possibility to buy piece by piece. So as you see, Microsoft as well changed the logic, not the license, but per month, yes, that you should pay small amounts. Even Dollar Shave Clubs, they are sending on a monthly basis, or at least once in 2 months, some new blades if you need. Even subscription for optional features, actually a new one, BMW, we decided to install all the features, not all, but the majority of features. And in case new car buyer would like to have, for example, a heated steering wheel, they can unlock this to the subscription thing. So this is where the world is heading to. And if you are in this business already, so you should know that the pricing for subscription is done in 2 ways. So features, packages that I showed you some time ago, and then this usage by value metric. So it could be also a combination. So usage by value metric is that there's something that customers is using, and he's using and he's paying for this used value. So either this gigabytes, emails, transactions, anything you can create actually. So I want to show you one example, which one is better in case you have a possibility to use value metric. So let's imagine you have feature plans, and you are selling emails. So it's just an example, illustrative, and you have 3 plans. Start, expand, and enjoy. For this one, it is $30, $50, and $300. And everywhere is a limited amount of emails. But what is different, it's different what kind of features you add under each package. So let's imagine it is reporting and analytics, and here you are giving on top premium support. And then another way, if you would do it by value metric. So by the way, so just not to forget. So in case, for example, you are a huge, large company, so in case you don't need any kind of reporting or analytics because you have inside the company, so you will buy the small package, start one for $30, and you will live forever, yeah, but paying such kind of small amount of money. But let's imagine that you are redoing this based on value metric. So value metric in this case is emails, how many emails you send, so you're paying for this amount. So if you will just choose that for start for $30, it is 100 emails, here 200, or this is even bigger amount, and the features would be totally the same, but the difference only by amount of value metric, you might end up in totally different amount of money that you can earn. And actually it is sometimes more than 40, more than 10 times more than you can get So this is kind of small thing, but it changes the life in general. And what is even suggested, not to have one metric, so actually 2 metrics gives the best results. Usually it depends, of course. So sometimes like Drift company, you can check them out. So we have seats included, and if you want to buy, you can add pay something on top if you want more seats. And they also have active contacts, so you can also buy extra if you are kind of lacking this amount of number. So yeah, maybe that's it for now.
Eleonora, there's just one question in the chat. Gordana asked if you have any suggestions on pricing in B2B relations.
I'm sorry, what kind of suggestion in pricing?
In B2B.
So anything specific, or just, I wouldn't say that there is something specific. So from psychology point of view, this is even more sensitive part of customers, because sometimes they think that psychological things not working, but working even more. And people want to be kind of treated nicely, that they did kind of a great job. So for them, it's extremely important to get these numbers, that in case they will buy your services, they will achieve something much better. So this value communication is extremely important in B2B services. Anything else? Any reflections, maybe? Was it but you knew already, or?
Well, I think it was very useful, and a lot of examples and tips that people can actually apply or actually explore more about. And we actually see that you are sitting in front of a pile of books. And I guess some of those are on the topic of pricing. So is there a good book or any resource you would recommend for anybody listening who would like to know more about the topic?
All of these are actually about pricing. Not all of these, but lots. I would recommend to those who are starting the business and to understand all the things, Monetize Innovations by Simon Kucher and Partners, the best pricing gurus, so those who haven't started. And those who would really like to read about subscription economy, so this by Tien Zora founder, so this is extremely good book.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's
and the last one, what I would recommend, so it is by, oh my God, now I forgot, The Confessions of Pricing Man. Extremely good book. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. We have one more question, and it's about donations, I would say. So Gordana says, pay as much as you can. So some NGOs are doing that, and she asks if that is feasible for the business. So to ask people to pay as much as they appreciate or think the value is.
So it's not that easy because the first thing, in case you are asking just to pay as customer wish, yes, so the first thing you need to give some kind of starting point, because customer has no clue how much to pay. Sometimes he feels bad because he doesn't know, is it kind of €5, it is okay, or maybe it's worth €15, so which one to choose? So he feels really bad, so sometimes they're not buying just because of that. But if to do it right, so with donation is one thing, but when you ask just to set his own price is another thing, but not many cases that it really worked out very well if you just set your own price. But donations, it's okay, but there are some tips and tricks how to do it. It's not the donation. Yeah, it's.
Right. Is that applicable only for the NGOs? Or you can also think that, or if you think that business should also sometimes apply this strategy of donations, let's call it that way.
I would not call it donation. So it's if I understand correctly, it's just set your own price or just share how much you think it is worth. It is very, very difficult to achieve, good results. Lots of elements should be right. So that's why businesses are not using it. It's better to frame the value or what you would like to get and give options, for example, kind of, donations or hints. But it is also possible.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is this the last question? We can give an opportunity for somebody maybe just to jump in last minute. If any questions, no? All right. Just to quickly wrap up, Eleonora, thank you very much for participating and sharing all the valuable lessons and spending your time with us. Maybe just for the end, where can people find you, follow you, read about you, or what you do?
Mm-hmm. So very welcome to pricing.lt. You will have my contacts. You can fill in the form in case you have any questions. So yeah, welcome to become my customers.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you very much. One more thing, that this meetup has been recorded, as we said, and it's going to be available on our website on the link that is provided here, together with all the previous meetups in this series. So we assume it's going to be ready probably tomorrow or day after tomorrow latest. So if you want to, so here's a link for Eleonora's website as well. If you want to remind yourselves for any of the tips and things that Eleonora shared, you can review that video in a few days. Thank you very much for joining. It was a pleasure for us for hosting you, and we'll have a short summer break, and we'll probably see each other on our next meetup, which is going to be mid-September. By then, I wish you a lot of health, first of all, and a lot of luck and happiness in your private and professional life, and hope to see you all rested and cheerful at the end of the summer. Thank you very much, and see you next time, and have a good evening.
Thank you very much. Greetings from Vilnius.